Can you be successful as a part-time real estate agent? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your real estate bestie, and today I am going to answer a burning question that I hear over and over again with the friends wanting to know, can you be successful as a part-time real estate agent? But before we get into it, go ahead and like this video, give us a thumbs up, and I would love to hear your comments. Are you part-time? Are you full-time? How is that affecting your business? And I'm gonna share some of my feedback with you right now. If I can think of one question that I hear over and over again from my real estate besties on Instagram or you all commenting on YouTube, is the burning question, do I think it's possible for you to be successful as a part-time agent? Now, I will tell you that sometimes I am reluctant to answer this question because I don't want you to be jaded by my experience because I went about this differently than maybe some of you are able to do. So a little bit about my background. I was a school teacher for 14 years. And when I decided to pursue a career in real estate, for me, I knew automatically that I could not do it part-time. I had to let go of my teaching career in order to dive headfirst into this business. Now, a couple of things that I just want to say about that is that number one, I made that decision solely based on my capacity. And I think a big part of it was the type of work that I was doing and how I knew I would be able to show up. And what I mean by that is that when I was a teacher, it took a lot of energy, okay? And I already had such a jam-packed schedule that in the market that I was in, I just couldn't at the time figure out how I would do both of them well. And I knew that I couldn't do both of them well. And it wasn't me thinking small, it was me being realistic about my capacity. So I made the decision to go 100% full-time with real estate. Now, I did give myself a marker because, as a teacher, we get paid over the summer. So the deal that I made with myself, I did resign. But the deal that I made with myself is like, okay, Rosemary, you have the whole summer where you're going to receive your teaching salary. You need to get something under contract and closed in order to not have to go and get a substitute teaching or something like that in the beginning of the school year. And I actually made good on that promise to myself. But I had to do that because I knew my capacity. In addition, my husband gave me his full support because he's just a risk taker like that. So if you are in a situation where you may not necessarily have the financial means, or you may not have the same level of support at home that would allow you to go full-time, I don't want you to feel bad about that. Everyone has a different path, and my path just looked different. But it does beg to the question though, do I think that you could be successful as a part-time agent? Because my experience would show that I didn't believe that for me, which is why I came in full-time. But here is what I always share. It really depends on what does success look like for you. I think that a lot of us get into this business without having some clearly defined goals that match exactly what we want to get out of this experience. Then you add in social media, you add in everyone telling you how much money they make, walking slow in Louboutins, selling houses, and it can just get all mucky and blurry. And now you're not even sure what you're going for. When the reality of the situation is whether you are a realtor full-time or whether you are a realtor part-time, it's going to be really important that you get clear on what success looks like for you. And I think about it, like before I was in real estate, when I was a teacher, I had a little side hustle. I was working, well, not working for, but it was like a multiple level marketing jewelry company. And success for me looked like making an additional $500 a month in that company, okay? Now, for somebody else, there were other people in the company that were retiring, they were making buku money, but that wasn't what I was going for, right? I just wanted to have one jewelry party a weekend, hang out with some friends, eat some charcuterie, and make my $500 for the month. And I was content with that. And you have to decide what you want real estate to look like. So for a lot of us, with the amount of commission, if you're making a commission check of $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 every month or every 2 months or even every quarter, that will make a substantial difference in the life that you're living. And your desire may be just to do it part-time. And if that's what it is, you set the goal, and I promise you it is attainable. Now, I have friends who have said that, you know what, I'm going to do it part-time, but they've set a goal for it to replace their full-time income. So with that, them doing real estate part-time actually became another full-time job until they were able to produce at the level that replaced their income. And that goal was fine for them. Either way, there is no right or wrong answer here, but what I will tell you is that you're going to get out of this business whatever you decide, number one, you need, and what you put into it. I will never forget, even as a full-time agent, there was an agent that I watched on was it YouTube? I think it was Instagram. And she said something that was so freeing for me. She said that as a mom and a wife, and she threw out a number, right? A production number. And I want to say her production number was like $7 million for the year. She was like, as a mom and a wife, I set my goal at $7 million because that is the amount of business that I want to do that will still allow me to show up for my family in the way that I want to show up for my family. And I thought, oh my goodness, that is such a great perspective, because a lot of times we can be working, going hard after a goal that we really, don't need that, and it is not contributing to who we want to be long term. But when we actually set a goal and we really think about what we need, then the success is attainable, not just because it's somebody else's standard, but because it is our standard. So if you are a part-time agent, this is what I would encourage you to do. I would encourage you to really think, what do you want real estate to look like for you long term? Do you want it to be something that supplements your income? Do you want it to be something that provides you with play money or extra vacation money, or where it really is a side hustle? Or are you looking for something to actually replace your income? I think being clear on what your expectations are for this business will help you decide what success looks like. And then you have markers to help you go from there. One of the biggest traps that I don't want you to fall into is measuring what success looks like for you based on what someone else was able to achieve. Now, you know me, I am all about collaborating, about sharing your wins, about us winning together. But by no means am I going to allow what someone else is doing to make me feel like it's not possible for me. It should actually do the opposite, right? If you're able to achieve this, then it's proof that I'm going to be able to achieve that. So I'm just going to encourage you, whether you're part-time, whether you're full-time, whether you're sometime in this business, to be clear on what it is that you really want out of it. And here's the thing, whatever you want, it's available. You just gotta go get it. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, listen, what are you doing with your life? Go ahead and subscribe. And guess what? We have a podcast called Real Estate Bestie, and we have this fun thing that we do there where you get to actually send me a voicemail and I will answer whatever your question is on the podcast. So head on over to rosemarylewis.com/ask, rosemarylewis.com/ask, and you will be able to leave your question there. All right, besties, talk to you soon.